NASA's first live event about the interstellar object 3I Atlas left me a bit underwhelmed. This is notwithstanding the fact that I had reported only yesterday that NASA was unlikely to say or show anything dramatic other than saying and showing that it is indeed a comet. Of course, it's not incumbent on either NASA or the universe to impress or entertain us, but given the build up to the event, what we saw in terms of the comet's images left one somewhat dissatisfied. I'm sorry to say that even the quality of media questions was rather average. I say this as a veteran of 45 years in the profession. I'm sure the agency will release more data and images of 3I Atlas soon. For now, it has chosen to offer rather unsatisfying snapshots. At the outset, Amit Kshatriya, NASA's Associate Administrator, said without any ambiguity that 3I Atlas is a comet.
But to start with, I'd like to address the rumors right at the beginning. I think it's important that we talk about that. This object is a comet. It looks and behaves like a comet and all evidence points to it being a comet. But this one came from outside the solar system, which makes it fascinating, exciting, and scientifically very important. This is only the third interstellar object like this that humanity has ever found. And a little bit more about the rumors. I think it's very important, and I'm actually very excited that a lot of the world was speculating about the comet while NASA was in a period where we couldn't speak about it due to the recent government shutdown. I think what I took away from that whole experience and watching that as we were working during the shutdown was just how interested and how excited people were about the possibility of what this comet could be. There was a lot of speculation about what it could be, but what I think is really awesome is that folks were interested in this incredible finding that we observed.
Since I've done over a dozen updates on 3I Atlas on this channel, I was eager to receive much more from NASA than what it offered today. One key question that was asked was about whether the comet displayed non-gravitational acceleration, which, if it occurred, was being seen by some as potentially indicative of an action a technological object might execute. From what Dr. Tom Statler, lead scientist, Solar System Small Bodies of NASA's Planetary Science, said, any non-gravitational acceleration by 3I Atlas was usual. This is how he explained it.
I can answer some of that about the non-gravitational accelerations. This is something that we look very closely at for every comet because that's always something that happens. And just to back up to explain what the question is that as comets evaporate, they are blowing off gas, they are blowing off dust, and every time something gets pushed off the comet, that acts like a little rocket engine at that moment and pushes in the other direction. And so it's very, very common to see comets have subtle changes in their orbits as a result of these little rocket forces, just called non-gravitational accelerations. So this is being monitored very closely. I spoke to our orbit determination team at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory earlier this week, and what they said is that this is being monitored. There are some changes to the orbit, but the uncertainties are still fairly large. It's difficult because we can't see the nucleus directly. It's difficult to get a very, very precise track on exactly where it's going. But so far, the non-gravitational accelerations have been very much on par with the sort that we see in solar system comets.
With this update, NASA has clearly asserted that 3I Atlas is an interstellar comet. For me, all the video updates that I did were aimed at offering sober and rational perspectives of this astounding visitor. I will continue to do so, but perhaps at greater intervals.